Okay. So, Amanda, what are we discussing?
I guess we should maybe introduce ourselves and go from there.
All right, well, I'm Anthony Allard,
I'm Juanita Fisher,
and this is our first mentor
meeting.
session meeting. All right, and we're here to, we're discussing what is expected of us, well, expected of me during the clinical of the Teach Now program. So the first step is to,
What do you plan to teach in the first week?
all right, so in the first week of where I plan to actually go back and teach or reteach some of the skills that they learned in Algebra 1. So just to make sure that they can there's retention of the information that they need to have retained, since there's a gap between Algebra 1 and Algebra 2 with geometry in the middle. So what we'll do is we'll focus on getting back to how we look at linear equations, simultaneous equations, and leading up to quadratics.
Okay, and what will your classroom expectations and routines be?
Well, this is one of the first things that I'm planning to set up in the classroom. For this year, I'm looking at a great deal of collaboration between the students. So one of the things that we're going to talk about is how we collaborate and what are the expectations of those collaborations. For the overall theme for the year will be based on microeconomics. So we're gonna be focusing a lot on how it is that they build or the social justice for what it is that they're doing for the entire for the classroom. So we're going to look at business models, and I think that that will give them an opportunity to actually focus on or refocus themselves so that they can get through the year. And with that, I think the collaboration is important, so they should be able to understand why it's expected of them to work together with your fellow students.
And what about students who don't want to work with one another?
Well, one of the things I'll also try to do is get together with the students and have, and we all plan the classroom expectations and norms. So not just, me laying the rules, but, having them everyone come to a consensus of this is what is expected of each one of us in the classroom for the entire year. So even if they're not participating as they should, they have already come to the consensus that, this is what I'm going to do for the year, and if they plan on, diverting from that, then, other courses, or means will be taken.
Okay, and what about your learning standards and units and objectives for the year?
Okay, well, based on what we are looking at 10 units, or 10 learning standards. And we start with the first learning standard is classroom management. So we're going to be focusing quite a deal on classroom management for the first part, or for the first week. And then we move on from there to all right, so student development is the first standard, then we move on to learning differences. So in the first week, or first couple weeks, we'll be looking at, how we manage a classroom. The second week, we'll look at looking for, a means to get all our students involved in the class. So we'll be looking at our students with disabilities. We'll also be looking at our students with learning disabilities, emotional disabilities, or language differences. and we're looking to differentiate and integrate into our lessons. In that.
Okay, and what units are you planning for Algebra 2?
Units.
Units.
Yeah, so the first unit that we're looking at, once we're done with, bringing them back to, bridging that gap, we're looking at real and complex numbers.
Okay.
And once we're done with real and complex numbers, then we're getting into quadratics.
Have any questions for me?
Well, let's talk about schedule. So I know that, that you'll be in the classroom with me probably
One period.
one period
Every other day.
Is there a possibility for you not just to come, because you can observe me at that time, but is there a possibility that you could observe me at other times where you can,
And I would prefer not to make that my observation period. I would prefer to observe you during another period
when you're not actually engaged
with the students. So I guess when schedules come out, then I can give you a clear schedule when I'm available and what classes, and then you could tell me, what classes you think are good for me to come into.
Okay, that's no problem. All right, and basically, right now, that's
Okay,
it. All right. Hey, there you go.
that was fun.
Was it?